I'm the best ever. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
Yo, Bounce guy, go off.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Wilder's in a world of trouble, closing seconds. Can he weather the storm here in the third round?
And of all the superlative.
Big right hook, lands flush for Kambosos, and that knocks down Teofimo Lopez. We have ourselves a fight.
Khabib Nurmagomedov gets a triangle choke from up top. Gaethje's out, and the fight is over. The triangle choke for Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And Porter gets knocked down. He gets knocked down again. 10th round TKO win. Left uppercut, and that knocks out Leo. It appears he's out cold. The fight is over. It was a counter left uppercut, and just like that, what a left uppercut. I did not see that coming, ladies and gentlemen. I will have to admit, what a fight.
Nice celebration or a 3K video. I don't know, man. To hit 3,000 subscribers in like
Right hook to the body for Campbell. Left hook to the body for Garcia. And that knocked down Campbell. It was a left hook to the body. Campbell on the ground. The count is on. Can he make his way up? It appears he can't get up. Campbell on the ground. Trying to stand up. And the fight is over. Ryan Garcia with a 7th round knockdown. What a performance. Guys, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. We're trying to do record numbers today. Ryan Garcia tearing up and crying. What a performance for Ryan Garcia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another live stream. So let's get right to it. Let's go. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. We are back. And it feels good, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta zoom in a little more. I didn't realize I had the chain now, so I look like I'm about to, I don't know. What stereotype can I go with right now? That's tough. Let's get it. First person in the stream today was Hollywood Hito, supposedly first. And Beta says, you may be the first chatter, but your boy was the first thumb. Listen, as long as he knows, Beta. As long as he knows. Welcome to the stream, Beta, Hito 609. Oh, the gold glove came out today with the championship belt for Hito because he's a novice red glove member, but today he brings out the gold glove. FIFA from Hito is effing dumb. Wow, I never read anything more true.
You need people like me. You need people like me.
It feels good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do a tier list. Hito, tell me who did this list with you as far as who made the list of fights. Was it just you, or did anybody else help? If anything, shout them out. Daniel Berry in the stream as well too. What's up, Daniel? Welcome to the stream. Whoa, I gotta be careful. Oh, that's my email, so I don't think that hurts anybody. What's up? DBSH, what's crapping and says Beta. Zelma in the building as well too. Overall 99 media in the building, in the flesh. What's up, Zelma? It feels good to have you in here. Chris Faith, I'm back here again. What's up? Let's go. Chris Faith has the notifications on because I didn't even post it on Instagram yet, so that's reassuring. Thank you so much, Chris Faith, for the ongoing support. Now, what I have to do just in 2 seconds is just retweet this on Twitter, post on Instagram, and then we're right to it. I've never done one of these videos, to be fair. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys could call me crazy or right as far as how I would how I do these tier lists. And I believe it was Hito, Beta, and I. Okay, so Beta being there gives me some kind of reassurance that not only one, but there's two guys that don't know anything about the sport that are making fights. So that's reassuring. I'm gonna put this on Instagram real quick, and we're gonna get right to it. And When I see the name Beta, the first thing I think of is community post because I'm horrible at that. And Beta is like, yo, this guy is the worst. And he adds a little more colorful language to what I just said. But let's get right to it. I just posted here. Let's get right to it. I've never done this before again, so this should be fun. Oh, let me actually do the post. The live now. Live now, boom, that's it. And guys, one more thing, one more housekeeping comment. Thank you for getting me to 8,100 subs. I think we're at 8,115, which is insane. Without further ado, let's have some fun tonight, guys. Let's rank these fights. I've never used this app before, this tier maker app, but shout out to Beta and Hito. I hope they watch them put, like, you know, I don't know, John Jones versus like Brandon Moreno. You know, they don't know much about the sport. So be forgiving towards them, guys. We're going to do a potential fights for 2024 tier list maker. This should be fun. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Now, I've seen Guru do these kind of videos before as well, too. So S will be the ultimate best, right? F would be the ultimate worst, and A through D. Are we gonna have any rules like only one fight in the S tier? How many fights here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So about 28 fights that we have in total. Cool. I just wanted to make sure you guys' math was right. Gotcha, girl. Welcome to the stream. Snipey, Hito, Beta, man, the OGs in the chat. All right, let's get right to it. This should be fun. Am I supposed to show what fights? Like, you see this right here? I'm sure you guys will forget it. Or am I supposed to hide that? Let me know. Let me know if, like, that's okay to have there, or you guys kind of want to be surprised. Like I grab this one and then I go, you know. You guys let me know. Please let me know that before we start, and then we'll get right to it, I promise. Once again, #1 commentary channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Are you guys supposed to see this? Does it matter? I don't think it does. Tell him, Snipey, no one disappoints better than the Pictogram King. Listen, I think he's ducking the Aspinalls, the Pavlovich, and he has accomplished enough in his career. But at the end of the day, man, we want to see him fight a young lion. I think it says more about his legacy if he beats someone like Pavlovich or Aspinall instead of fighting Stipe, who's 72 years old. You can show them in Pig 1 and talk about it. What a noob. Okay, yeah, I've seen other people do it. I just figured I'd ask. Green hat really looks like it's dividing something on your head, man. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see. Yeah, it's dividing my hairline. I just got a haircut today. I look like I'm about to join the army right now, guys. I mean, and then here, if I do this, I look like a cancer patient right now. I look like I'm bald or something. I don't know if that's inappropriate to say. I'm sorry. But I look like I'm about to get a, I don't know. Anyways, hola mijo, says Plugs. Okay. Let's get right to it, guys. All right. First fight, let's just pick randomly. Let's go. Oh, damn. How do we start? Damn, you guys pick some good ones. From top, let's just go top to bottom. No, let's go from bottom to top. Pause. Jones versus Aspinall right here is the first fight. Does it show pictures of guys or does it just show the names? Because if it's just the names, that's Jones versus Aspinall. Yikes. All right. This is a very good fight to make. It depends who wins between Aspinall and Pavlovich. Or let's say Aspinall loses, then it might be in B tier. I'm gonna have to give it B tier because I don't think Aspinall is proven just yet until he fights Pavlovich. We're gonna go B tier for now. John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Let me know if you guys feel good about that pick. And one more thing, let me quickly have the rankings up just in case. But we're gonna go Jones versus Aspinall. We're gonna make that we're gonna put that in the B tier. It's not A quite just yet. If Aspinall for some reasons, and maybe we could revisit this, maybe like not halfway through 2024, but like after the first 2 months or something like that. I'm gonna say Jones versus Aspinall B tier because we want to see how Aspinall does against Pavlovich. If he beats him, then it will go up to A. It might stay in B. If Aspinall for some reason loses a close fight, if he gets demolished, it might even go down to C. We will try to save. We will try to save this document. But nonetheless, Leroy in the building. What's up, Leroy? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys, and share the video. Let's get a couple people in here. Let's have some fun. Jones versus Aspinall in the B tier. Shall we move on to the next one? I don't remember calling you an idiot. It says, yo, it's in between hair or hat. Who effing knows? About 6 seconds into the stream, and I'm already getting cooked out here. Snipey. By the way, Snipey, it's great to have you back. Oh my God. I forgot to say, my God, Snipey, I haven't talked to you in a minute. I hope everything is well. It's good to have you back. It's not the same without you, so thank you. So thankful that you're here. Shavkat versus Usman. Shavkat versus Usman. Backstory on this one real quick, guys. If this was before the Khamzat fight, I would have maybe gave it a C. But because Usman looked actually pretty damn good against Khamzat Chimaev, damn, is that B tier as well, or is that shooting too high? I'm gonna say that's a great way for Shavkat to prove himself. So freak it. Another B tier fight, guys. And the freaking member, your camera is blocking the tier list. Try top right corner. Okay. Oh, well, that was a fail. Let's try that one more time. How about this corner? This corner, top, guys, what y'all feeling? Top corner or bottom corner? I don't know why that sounded funny, but or left corner. You guys pick. And we'll get right to it. Chris, what did Chris say? Chris says, I'm going to call the funeral dancing guys for Fury once he loses. That guy's on YouTube. No way you have Fury losing. Ngannou's going to kill Fury this week. That's a crazy take. That's a wild take.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers.
That's a crazy take, Chris. I give you credit for being bold enough to share that out loud, because I think you're on your own on that one. Usman running from Shavkat, no lie. I mean, it's gonna be hard because the fight already happened. But try to put yourself in the mind frame of Khamzat versus Usman didn't happen. Who would have really been more dangerous, Shavkat or Khamzat? I guess I would say Shavkat is more dangerous because Khamzat doesn't really have that striking, that threatening striking as opposed to Shavkat. Shavkat does have it. He could win in almost any facet of the game. Khamzat, if he can't take you down, he's going to have trouble. And thank you for becoming a member for 13 months. Hito609, the OG account in the chat. Usman running from Shavkat, no lie. Ali Bomaye says Leroy. What's up, Leroy? I'd say B for Usman versus Shavkat. Me too. I mean, great minds think alike, plugs. Great minds like you and myself. We picked Leon to beat Kamaru Usman. Everybody else picked Usman. But, you know, just throwing that out there, you know, Hito Beta, Snipey, they would never do that, right? Maybe Leroy, right corner, but next time don't let anyone know that you asked Hito if. All right, this is not going as planned so far, huh, Beta? I don't think you want to ask him again. Jones versus Sergey. Oh man, I'm not gonna skip any of them, but it almost doesn't feel right. Damn, man, that's maybe a video, or early prediction, but Jones versus Sergey, I almost want to put an A tier, but that's almost saying Pavlovich beats Aspinall. I don't know. I can't wait to find out. Early prediction right now, if Aspinall is 100%, he's dangerous, bro. But you saw his leg got basically snapped after that Curtis Blades fight. I have to go B tier, and then all right, so I think this is fair. Whoever wins between Sergey and Aspinall, then that fight goes to A tier against John Jones, and the other one goes to C. I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair, right? And we only got an hour stream today, guys. I got to be off by 8, so let's make it happen. Let's go to the next fight. Khamzat versus DDP. I almost feel like people will think that's an A tier fight. I'm not the biggest Khamzat believer, man. And I've been getting a lot of the opposite of love on Instagram. People are going ham coming at me, but the followers are going up on Instagram as well. That video got like 150K almost, I think. The Real talking about Hamza and how Sean Strickland beats him. We don't have to talk about that much. We'll get that to some other time. But nonetheless, it's a big fight as far as stars and potential. I don't think that fight will be made. Hamza versus DDP. Beta says C. You might hate me for this one, Beta. I'm not saying it's a tier fight as far as skill wise. What I will say is the implications behind it, the buildup behind it. And let's for some reason say Hamza doesn't get the title shot next and is Hamza versus DDP for some reason, like the title is on hold. I'm gonna go as far. I don't feel. Is there takebacks? Because I'm gonna go as far as to say. I'm gonna say A tier. Again, maybe Shavkat versus Usman. As far as competition, as far as how close of a fight that is, should be A tier instead of Hamza versus DDP. But again, the implications behind Hamza versus DDP at 185 too. I think Dricus wins. I'm going A tier. Beta probably hate. I'm gonna say A tier because of the implications behind it. Y'all probably hate that about me, but listen, we stand on what we say. All right, freak it. Mike Dornan in the building with the gold glove. Thank you, Mike Dornan, for the ongoing support. I'm gonna need like a 2-year membership icon badge. So you guys let me know what I should go with. Chris Face says, I'm not going to lie. I respect both Tom Aspinall and Sergey Pavlovich, but I think I see Sergey Pavlovich winning this fight. His hands are scary. The ground game is a little bit maybe suspicious of Pavlovich only because he got submitted before, but I don't know. I think he has more power than maybe Aspinall does as far as the striking, and they don't call him the White Ngannou for nothing. So I don't know. Both of those gas tanks are atrocious. We're going to need a Greg Hardy inhaler mid-fight. We're going to need Aaron Pryor's coach to jump in there and help these brothers out. Alex Pereira versus Magomed. I'm going to go... there's just not that much hype behind Magomed, especially after that no contest. Johnny Walker was giving him the works. I'm just kidding. But it wasn't enough of a fight to really, I don't know, go off of anything. So I'm just going to say C tier right now. Not much hype behind it. Magomed, I think, is not maybe in the best... what's the word for it? In the best... he might not have the best relationship with the UFC right now as far as his last performances. One being a draw, right, against Blachowicz, and then the other one is a no contest because he landed an illegal strike. So I'm going to say C tier for Pereira versus Magomed. Aspinall ground game is good too. So there, we might have to lean towards Aspinall, but I might lean on Pavlovich catching Aspinall before it gets there. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that some more. I'm going to go C tier. It might be even D tier for Pereira versus Magomed right now, because again, it doesn't happen anytime soon. Let me know if I'm allowed to freaking like switch these around, like during, like, let's say I get 14 fights down and I say, you know what, I hate this in A tier. Can I move something? I don't know the rules for you guys, like, or what you guys prefer, but let me know. It'll be extremely helpful. Let's get on to the next fight. Strickland versus Hamzat. Oh, that's an easy one, man. That's A tier. That's A tier, guys. I mean, Strickland beats Hamzat. Let's not be foolish. Strickland stops the takedowns at 185. It's a 5-round fight. Hamzat has never been 5 rounds. Strickland is going to use that Philly shell. Nobody picked Strickland to win against Adesanya. Hamzat might even be an easier fight. So Hamza versus DDP is a yes, you can, cool. Then I'm going to move that down. Man, no Phillies or Astros in World Series. David, my heart hurts, bro. So I'm praying for you. I hope you're praying for me as well, too, because the city was quiet today. Everybody was depressed. This is a lot of fun. Let's do this more often, these tier things, because it seems like you guys are enjoying, what's it called? These tier lists. Maybe we can do other categories. But yes, David Reza, welcome to the stream. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share the video, helps a lot. John Jones will never fight again. He is the same character as Mac Gregor Connor, says Sniper. Snipey, you've been saying this since like 2021, 2022. I remember everything, bro. And you've been saying that John Jones will never fight again and Connor. Imagine if Snipey is right all along. We'll see. Aspinall said there was supposed to be a double retirement Snipey. He was going to beat up an old man and try to ride off claiming to be the GOAT, says Beta. Let's get to the next one. Johnny Walker, Magomed. The rematch, there's hype behind it. I can't give it a B. I would give this a C. I would give Pereira. I'm gonna have to move up Pereira versus Magomed because I would rather see Walker versus Magomed instead of Pereira versus Magomed just because of what happened in the last fight. And I don't know what happens like in that fight because I mean Walker went for a flying knee. Not much happened when Magomed took him down. I think we're decent so far. Let's take a look over at the B tier before we move on. Is there anything that needs to be moved up or down? Shavkat versus Usman, I kind of like a lot. I feel like it's almost a A tier, but no. Hamza versus DDP, is that good enough for a B tier? I think so. Has a title fight next. If for some reason that happened, next one gets a shot. Big implications. Dricus has been out after beating the #1 contender in Whitaker. Dricus has a great ground game. Hamza is known to take almost everybody down. I think he struggles to take Dricus down at 185. That's fairly a B tier, almost an A tier, but I think B for now. I think that's fair. As a Brit, I'm sorry guys, but I'm more excited for this fight than Jones versus Stipe. Oh, Mike Dornan, I don't know if you have a what's it called? An Instagram or a what's it called? Or a TikTok. But if you don't, I meant this 100%. Where is it? This one. I hope it doesn't play because that would just be annoying. I agree with you. So this is just proof that I'm not saying that just because you're here. I agree with you 100%. This is way better. I'm happy that Jones is out. I'm not happy that he got hurt, but I'm happy he's out and we actually get a real heavyweight fight. Stipe is about 74 years old. Every time I mention his name, I'm going to just go higher and higher in age. Stipe is old, bro. Nobody wants to see him against John Jones. Okay, maybe there are people that want to see him. People that still live in freaking 1997 and still think that Stipe is the man. At the end of the day, he's been super inactive. When was the last time Stipe was in the octagon? Let's see. Stipe was in there. Last time was getting his head taken off against Francis Ngannou, March 2021. So let's say he doesn't fight till March. That'll be 3 years removed. Granted, he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest heavyweight of all time. But again, Father Time is undefeated, and I just don't believe that he's that guy anymore. So I agree with you, Mike. Let's see. Chris Faith is my all. Says Snipey. If you take that narrative away and hosted a pay-per-view card, DDP versus Hamza will not sell in the slightest. Whew. Wow. Okay, this is by far the first time that Beta actually made me think of him while simultaneously thinking, Beta's making a good point. Wow. How does DDP versus Hamza do in a pay-per-view fight? That's like Fight Night written all over it. So you might be right, Beta. DDP is an A-, bro. DDP versus I wish that we had like an A- tier. DDP versus Hamza. I put it up there, then I dropped it down because I think Strickland versus Hamza is more A than just a step above Hamza versus DDP. But I do still feel Hamza versus DDP is above Usman and Shavkat. So I might move things around. I moved things around once. It might make its way back up to A tier. AK, welcome to the stream. Stipe Muchacho is now Stipe Abuelo. Shout out to Mexican martial arts, Beta. The real knows. I don't really care for Hamza versus DDP. I do. I almost prefer that before Strickland and Hamza because I think it's a little bit premeditated that Hamza gets a shot. O'Malley versus Vera. This might sound a little biased. Damn, man. I don't want to be that guy that has freaking 16 fights in the B tier, but I almost feel like putting it in the A tier is this goes. It's A tier. It's A tier. There's a history behind them. Vera beat him once. There's a loss on the record of O'Malley due to Marlon Cheeto Vera. Even though O'Malley thinks he's undefeated. No, this is an A tier, plugs. I'm not, again, competition-wise, I don't know if it's going to be neck and neck where it's an A tier, but the implications behind this one as well, too. It almost makes it a B tier because Vera hasn't looked great as of late. I'll give you that. But because O'Malley versus Vera is the next title shot to make, you might be able to put Cejudo above Vera, maybe. But because this is the number one fight to make in the bantamweight division, generally is what people feel that is, I think you have to go A tier. So let's go A tier for O'Malley versus Vera. I think that's fair. Let's catch up before we get to the next one. Strickland versus Khamzat is marquee worthy. Imagine the pressers and the lead AK. If not only for because we don't know who wins, even though I got Sean Strickland, I know it sounds blasphemous, AK. But besides that, for that reason, the presser, the hype behind it, they have the history of sparring before. It's easily an A tier. Sugar and Cheeto is definitely A. Listen, AK and me were, we got guys like Plugs, like me, like AK, Beta and Hito are right there. They're almost there. You know what I mean? As far as like the knowledge of the sport. Anybody watch that Fury versus Ngannou presser? John doing his best to get a fight with Mike Tyson. Yeah, this guy freaking John Fury is a menace. John was funny at first, but quickly looked stupid, I thought. He does that almost every presser, where he just does a little bit too much always. Strickland Khamzat is way better of a fight because the presser definitely is going to be wild. Agreed, Beta. What's up, AK? Welcome back, says Hito. I guess the presser would have been without him. Good point. Izzy versus Khamzat. Wow. Izzy versus Khamzat. Adesanya's not the champion right now. Oh, it's okay if we get off topic, Mike Dornan. It's all good. Izzy versus Khamzat. Izzy doesn't have the title anymore. Oh, man. I don't want to sound like an Izzy hater because I actually like Izzy. But he's had too many boring performances for me to trust him and believe that it'll be an entertaining fight against Khamzat. He might be able to just keep at distance and, kick at his legs for 5 rounds. It'll be and I don't even think it'll be that great of a presser between Khamzat and Izzy because Izzy's a little bit cringy. Khamzat, he only has 3 words in his vocabulary until post-fight interviews, that being I smash everybody. I feel like it's disrespectful to put this in tier C, but I feel it's not good enough to put in tier B. I'm going C. Not crazy about it. If I heard tomorrow that Izzy's fighting Khamzat, will there be hype behind it? Yes. I'm not crazy about it. I'm going C. I'm an Izzy fan. Him fighting Khamzat scares me. Yo, that's a scary fight for Izzy. It's just right now, I think the best thing that Israel Adesanya could do is relax. Take a break. Walk your dog. I don't know. Watch a bunch of anime series. Just relax for a little bit. Cool off. You're one of the greatest in the world. You've just been a little bit too active. Look what happened with Volkanovski being too active. Then Israel Adesanya being active. They're a little maybe too active. They need a break. But Khamzat will be the champ. Stop it, Hito. Fool, Beta and I made this list. The you mean we almost there? I can't help but be a troll, Hito. I'm sorry. Khamzat, a bad matchup for Izzy, I think. I think so too. I think he does take him down more easily than he took Usman down. Of course, again, Sean Strickland is the one to stop the hype. I'm going to die on that hill. There might come a day, let's say 5-6 months from now, where I'll get made fun of for picking Sean Strickland and he gets ragdolled by Khamzat. But today I say Sean Strickland beats him. The push behind that fight would be crazy, but it's not going to be a great fight. Exactly. That's why I give it a C tier. I feel like we'll be let down. Just like we were let down against Yoel Romero, that Whitaker fight. There's just a lot of fights with Adesanya that we're just like, not the most entertaining. Hamza Bat, yep. Izzy is easily easily top 3 pound for pound in UFC. I don't know about that. Speaking of rankings, men's pound for pound, can we put Izzy above Volkanovski? I don't think we could. Can we put him above Leon? Maybe. No, I don't know. Leon has been on such a win streak. John Jones shouldn't be number 1 in my opinion. Damn, Oliveira's 5 though. You can make a case that Israel Adesanya should be at least top 5. So maybe you can make a case for that, but I'm not gonna put him as high as 3 right now, I think. Hey, you leave anime out of this. Anime did nothing wrong. Oh man, you lied to me in April. Good anime right there. A little bit cringy. Dober versus Hooker. Wow, this is left field. I like Dober. I like Hooker. This is easily a D tier fight. Yeah, it's a fun fight. I mean, the winner moves on to what? Exactly. There's no clear path for either one. It's just a fun fight to make. A fight night, co-main, maybe. Not even. Maybe like 3 fights down in a fight night. Dober, Hooker. Like both of them, but right now, not too much hype behind both of them. Let's go D tier for Dober versus Hooker. So if you're just getting here, let me know if you agree with my tier list. We're doing a tier list of potential fights to make in 2024. Appreciate Hito, all jokes aside, appreciate Hito and Beta for making this happen. If you guys have more tier list ideas to make that we could do live streams on Thursdays, feel free to let me know. I'm all ears. What's good, Miller? Steve Williams in the building. It would almost seem like preferential treatment to give Steve Williams his own soundtrack.
I'll allow it.
But Steve Williams has literally been here for years and has always shown love. So thank you, Steve Williams, the OG in the chat. Man, it's like a family here. Steve, Beta, Mike, AK has been coming around a lot too. Plugs is the freaking breaking news in Discord. Chris Faith calls in every episode. We got ourselves a community, ladies and gentlemen. Steve is a legend. Member for 8 months. Snipey, thank you so much, Snipey. It's great to have all you guys, man. No, how about Armin Saryukian versus Drew? And Snipey gets to California as well, too. We get a lot of love from Cali. Snipey, Steve, and Beta. Let's go. How about Armin Saryukian versus Drew Dober? Well, we could do another tier listing again of other fights if we come up with another 24, Chris Faith. So keep that in mind. We'll try to do more. Bo Nickel versus Costa is another crazy one. If someone out there could write these fights that we don't have as part of the tier list for another video, maybe like a episode 2, please do so. Bo Nickel versus Costa. What's up, Snipey? How you doing, Hito? All right. Volk and Topuria. Well, for one, spelled the name Topuria wrong. Is Topuria. Just throwing that out there. Just, Can you zoom in the tier list for the mobile viewers? I think I could. Is that better? I think that's actually perfect, right? Oops. Let's see. I don't know how to hide the top bar. Damn, I'm an old fart, right? Thank you for the 10, Hito. Let's go. Viewership is bumping today. Thank you so much, Hito, for the 10. Yep, I hope that's a little bit better. I might be able to zoom in one more time, but that might be overdoing it. All right. Let me know if this is good. If not, I'll zoom in one more time. All right. Hito camera zoom loop for old time's sake. Yes, that's good. All right, cool. Volk and Topuria, that is easily the fight to make next. You have to go A tier. You have to go A tier. Volk falling short against Islam. I hope people forgive him for taking that fight on short notice. At the end of the day, he saved the card. In hindsight, I guess it's easy to say he should have not taken that fight against Islam. 11 days notice, hand surgery. With all that being said, it's just he probably shouldn't have. I wish I could hide the top. I don't know how to do so. So anyways, Volk and Topuria easily A tier because Volk lost to Islam in the fashion in which he did. Prior to that fight, I'll be honest, let me know if this is a little bit recency bias. Prior to Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev, I thought to myself, Volk just destroys Topuria. An easy fight for him. Ilia Topuria is a little bit wet behind the ears. Just a little bit too early. I don't know if this is fair, but because he lost to Islam in the way he did, let's say they fight in December, January, I think it's too soon after getting knocked out to come back and fighting a young and hungry contender. So for that reason, I give Topuria a better chance. And also for that reason, I don't know. You sure F11 or F12 will not like close my stream? Let's try it. I'm a little bit scared to do so, but we're gonna trust Hito on this one. Here we go. There we go. It was F11. It was F11. Perfect. Thank you for the 10 again, Hito. Thank you for the becoming a member for 8 months, Snipey. Thank you so much. I'm gonna give that easily a A tier. Easily. Damn, nothing has hit the S tier yet. Yes, bro. I'm nervous for Volk against Topuria. Again, exactly, AK. Because of that knockout loss, it makes me a little bit worried. It makes me worried for Volkanovski. Now, I've said this before, I think, and that you guys might have seen part of it, but I'm not saying this for a fact. I'm saying this is a good quote-unquote conspiracy theory. If Volkanovski didn't have to cut so much weight that fast against Makhachev, perhaps, again, keyword perhaps, if he didn't cut weight that fast, if he didn't cut weight that fast, perhaps he would have took that shot better and the fight would have lasted a little longer. I'm not saying he would have won. I'm not saying he eats it and walks through that kick. I'm just saying perhaps he would have took that kick better. Is that blasphemy or is there a point to that? The $5, Snipey says, kind of zoomed out a bit and unfocused. I don't know. What? Thank you so much for the $5. What's out of focus? My camera? There's no, it looks normal to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm being trolled by Snipey. Stop playing, Snipey. You serious? Let me know if I need to fix something. Yes, bro. I'm nervous for Volk against Topuria. Well, Max Holloway will fight Volk or Topuria after 297. Max versus Volk. No, I don't know about Max versus Volk, but Max versus Topuria. Mike Dornan mentioned that earlier. That might be like a B tier, maybe A tier. All right, Dricus versus Strickland. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's say for some reason Hamzat, and this could, I could see this potentially happening. Dricus versus Hamzat. Or I'm sorry, Hamzat versus Sean Strickland. Let's hypothetically say Hamzat, he's gonna get hand surgery. Everybody knows that he was injured. He's out. He's gonna need more time. They need to make a middleweight title fight. I'm just throwing a hypothetical that could very well happen. Thank you so much again for the $5, Snipey. With all that being said, for some reason Hamzat is out of it, and they make Dricus and Strickland. I can very well see that happening. Now, will there be as much hype behind it as there was behind Strickland and Hamzat? No. For that reason, I can't give it an A. I don't know if it's too much to give it a B grade. Damn. Dricus versus Strickland. What do we do here, guys? What do we do here? Dricus versus Strickland. Is it B tier? Is it worthy? I'm going to say... Oh man, why don't I want to give it a B tier, but I almost feel like I'm being a little bit biased. I don't know why. I can't explain it quite yet, but I'm not that hyped for it. I'm going to give it a C. Dricus deserves it. I don't know why. It's just not doing it for me. I can't explain it. Can maybe someone out there could explain to me why I feel that way. I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm not that excited for it. I'm going to go C tier for Dricus versus Strickland. Max versus Poirier rematch is a crazy one, Beta. That might be the one to make, honestly, for like the baby BMF belt, the BBMF belt. Volk was always going to get KO'd via head kick. It was just a matter of time. Maybe, but maybe, I guess that's fair to say that potentially he could have lasted longer, though. Dustin is 2-0 against Max, says Plugs. He has beaten him before. DDP versus Strickland is a C. AK, I'm just saying that's what it, for some reason, I can't get behind it, and I can't explain why. I don't know what it is. Not trolling. Top left corner. Looks like worm. The disrespect from my guy Snipey. Once again, man. Thank you so much, Snipey. Yet again, you're the freaking man. Thank you for the $2 and the $5. Thank you for the 10 Hito. Thank you for becoming a member, Snipey. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the ongoing support and for Hito becoming a member earlier. Let's get through the next fight. Dustin versus Fiziev. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I feel like Dustin is a how do we say? I feel like what happens if Dustin beats Fiziev? What happens if Fiziev beats Dustin? What does that mean? It's a great win for Fiziev as far as beating a veteran, maybe the passing of a torch, and potentially we start saying, okay, Dustin is way past his prime and he'll never fight for the title again if he loses to Fiziev. But if he wins, there's no win for him there. Right? Is that fair to say? Now, Fiziev, on the other hand, if he beats Dustin, it's a good look. It's a good striking match. If we're talking about like competition, damn, I was about to say D tier, but because that's a good striking match, and that has fight of the night written all over it, because there is just gonna again essentially become a toe-to-toe fight. So I was about to say D tier, but for that reason, because of both of their fight styles, I think it's fair to say it's a C tier. I just almost feel like it doesn't belong in the same conversation as Izzy and Hamza or DDP and Strickland. So it might move down to D tier later. But right now I'm going to say C tier.
Just payday.
DDP is a dark horse in the division. That's fair to say. He might win. He might beat Strickland and Hamza. I have him beating Hamza. Against Strickland, he might get the job done as well too. Is meaningless and a yawner. Yeah, that might move down to D tier, honestly. I'm gonna say C tier because again, it's one of those that it looks like a yawner, but then they fight and it's actually a good fight. I think that's fair to say. To put it for C for now. I might move it down. Gamrot versus Dustin is a good fight to make for both. Meaningful fight as well there to Mike Dornan. He looks yellow to me, sniping. Colby versus Islam. Ooh. This one threw me off because, of course, I'm not saying I've never heard of that before. I'm not saying that, of course, there's rumors that Islam goes up to 170. Do I want him to do that or continue defending the 155 title? I prefer him to continue defending the title at 155, but he might be able to do something that Khabib has never done, and that is become double champ. That has to mean something. I'm going to go B. Not quite A tier, but I think it's fair to say Colby versus Islam is easily a B tier because Colby's going to sell the fight. Colby's going to think he's going to be able to get Islam down. Islam might feel the same way. Islam's gas tank might be tough to deal with against Colby. I think B tier is fine, right? Okay, you're trolling. He has to be. He has to be. I'm convinced. I think that's fine. I think B tier is perfect for Colby versus Islam. We're almost halfway through and we got 15 minutes left. So let's speed things up a little bit. Leon versus Bilal.
Yo, shout out for season, man. Shout out for season, man.
You need people like me.
F tier. I'm just kidding, by the way. It's definitely not an F tier. I'm gonna give it a C tier. I'm just joking. I know that I wish Borracho out there sees this one day and doesn't shut off the stream at that very moment. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not an F tier. Easy F says. It might move down to D tier. It might be D tier actually. That's not good of. We saw. I mean, you see the no contest in their first fight. Damn it, that's kind of disrespectful to say I'd rather see Walker versus Magomed than Leon versus Bilal. That's a clip. The no hesitation. Nah, I'm joking. That's a D tier actually. That's D. C is too high. I don't know why, man. That sells about 17 pay-per-views. And I love Leon. I really do. I picked him to beat Usman. It's just Bilal is tough to want to see fight. I hate that. I swear it has nothing to do with him disrespecting the city of Philadelphia. It's just, if you woke up tomorrow and there's a fight announced for Bilal, you're just going to scroll past that post. You're not going to repost it. Let's be honest. If it's Hamza Strickland finalized, you might repost that. Send that to a friend. Say, hey, these guys are fighting. Leon versus Bilal, you might send that to a friend with like the rolling eyes emoji. Let's be honest. I don't think I'm saying anything that's not correct. Is that fair to say? Leon versus Bilal, easily a D tier. Might be F. That's a fight night feature prelim.
Yo, shout out to
Listen, D is being generous. D is being generous. Say what you want. Bilal's a 170-pound champ. Stop it, Snipey. Stop it. Stop it. The man that fights like this? No. 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 And tell me he doesn't fight. This is his stance. Look, people will think I'm joking. Hold on a second. Bilal Muhammad versus, let's just see if we could see. Do they have a picture where he's just squared up? They got peace there. Look, he fights like that, bro. I'm telling you, he's always like this. I don't know how that works for him, but is there a picture of him just stance? Let's see. Hold on. Nothing. All that to say, I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it at all. D tier, easily. Easily. If you say Bilal sucks, you can't say, you know, fighting, says Snipey. D tier fight. Nobody wants that fight. Nobody cares for that fight. I think that's safe to say. I didn't say the Bilal. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. Islam versus Dustin. Islam versus Justin Gaethje. Wow. Oh man. Islam versus Justin Gaethje. Ah man. It's either A or B. What's the best fight to make for Islam right now? Is either Justin. It's either McGregor just because Red Panty Night and it sells a ton of pay-per-views. It's Islam Colby. Is it A tier or is it B tier? I'm going to go A. I think it's right up there with O'Malley Vera, Volk versus Topuria. The way Oliveira lost the last fight, maybe not. See, then what do I do with Islam versus Oliveira? Damn. People want to see that fight, though. I might not want to see that fight so much, but Islam versus Oliveira, people want to see that fight. I'm going to go, man. Islam versus Kobe, B tier is the craziest thing I've seen. I'd rather keep them in the same division. I don't think that's like you really are trash for that, says Hito. No. I think that's fair to say. Islam versus Oliveira is going to go. I think that's fair to say. Either give me Justin or Oliveira. Either one is fine. People want to see. Those are the only two A fights for Islam right now. Bilal does nothing but crush people who face him, who can beat him. Stop this. Snipey's trolling. He has to be, right? Am I going crazy? I get wrecked again. I don't know. O'Malley versus Cejudo. O'Malley versus Cejudo. It's a good one. I still think people want to see Vera more than Cejudo. I'm going to go B tier. I'm going to go, might even be C. Nah, I'm going to go B. Cejudo is a former champ, 3-division champ, right? Or 3-time champ? I think Triple C. They call him Triple C, right? Or was he trying to go for Triple C? Damn, I'm tripping. Phone a friend. He was trying to be Quadruple C maybe at one point. Yes. O'Malley versus Cejudo. Yeah. Face Volkanovski and be Quadruple champ. Anyways. I think it's B. It's almost a C. We'll go back to that. I'm just right now. I feel like the hype has died for that one. O'Malley versus Vera is the next one to make. Islam versus Gamrot will be another B. I think nobody wants to see that. Gamrot was the next one up. He was supposed to be the substitute for Oliveira, and they snuck in Volkanovski. And I think Gamrot is good, just not good enough to beat Islam, in my opinion, right now. Nobody at 170 can beat Bilal. Nobody. You need to stop, bro. This man needs to be stopped. O'Malley versus that short guy would be super fun, but there's something about the rematch with the Redux with Vera. I agree. I just feel like it's just a tad bit under that. Just a tad. And for that reason, I got to give it a tier right under. He's Triple C because of the Olympic gold. That's, oh my God, yes. 2 divisions and then the Olympic gold. He's weird, but you got to give him credit. And if he gets at 145, he'll be quadruple, but he doesn't deserve it. Too close of a fight against Aljamain Sterling. Jones versus Stipe. You guys have seen my shorts and my videos. You guys know. Not crazy about this fight. It's not A tier. It might not even be B tier. Is this disrespectful? Do I sound like a super casual by going... I have to bring Dustin versus Fiziev down there with them. Jones versus Stipe is a D tier fight.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers.
It's a D tier fight. I know they try to sell it as this is a next fight, you know, legacy fight, heavyweight division. It's D. Cause it's still somewhat like, okay, I'll watch it. Like I'll watch it. But it's D tier. It's D tier, no question. Is that fair to say? D tier, no question. They're old. They're old. Beta says F. I can't go that, like, they're Colby versus Bilal. Is there anything that you guys gave me that it has a potential for F? Maybe Dober versus Hooker? Yeah, that shouldn't be there with Stipe and Jones, Dustin Fiziev. It's a fun fight. I'm not mad at it. Something needs to be in the F tier. I'm going to put Dover versus Hooker just because there's nothing, no meaning behind it. It's like, I could do without it. Jones versus Stipe was almost there. I don't think it's quite there yet. Almost. All you think Jones is to go as an actual MMA fan. Says Snipey. Only casual thinks Jones will fight again. He might not. Jones versus Stipe is an F. Wow. So I'm not alone in these sentiments because I've been dissing that fight for months, and I felt like I was on an island. And now the fans are coming out that are saying, you know what, Jones and Stipe is F. It's not a good fight, bro. It'll sell though. I can't put it in F tier. We'll revisit and look at everything and move a couple things around at the end. Damn, you guys might hate the end because I already know what I'm gonna do with the last fight. Colby versus Bilal. Colby versus Bilal. Colby versus Bilal. Bilal versus Colby. Colby will make it fun. Bilal will try to trash talk. It's gonna be a hug fest. I'm sorry. If that fight were to happen tomorrow, I would be like, this is the worst fight that you could get both fighters. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see that fight. I'm sorry. You have to go with F tier for Colby versus Bilal. I mean, what do you do? What do you do with that fight? Co-main? No. In a pay-per-view fight? That's like prelim material right there. The Jones is the GOAT talk. I mean, Hito, you're not allowed to talk about that after saying that fight would have been incredible 5 years ago. No lies are told. Bo versus Imavov is a good step up for Bo Nickel. I do think he's a future. I think Imavov is a great test. That's a tough fight too. Maybe even a little early for Bo. Then again, Bo probably takes him down. Bo takes him down. I like it. I like this fight. But that's about it. I'm not crazy about it, but I like it. It's time to give Bo Nickel a real challenge. He did get away with a nut shot in his last fight. C tier. I think that's fair. 757. All right, let's speed through these last ones. O'Malley versus Merab. O'Malley versus Merab. I almost feel like I'm being disrespectful with my first initial thoughts because my first initial thought was doing this. But Merab has been winning. I hate the way he beat Petr Yan. It was boring. Yeah, he won. He got congratulated for going for takedowns. He didn't really hurt Petr Yan at any point. Freaking Merab. I'm sorry. Merab, you're a warrior. You're good. You're just boring as hell, bro. You have to be in the F tier versus O'Malley. I don't want to see that. He deserves it. F tier. I don't care. There's my explanation. No, it's F. Patty versus Bobby Green. Ooh. This is a sneaky one. This is a sneaky one. Patty versus Bobby Green is not an F tier. The striking is interesting. Wow, Patty versus Bobby Green is low-key a good fight. Just to see what Patty's made of. Patty versus Bobby Green will have to be, wow, that's a good one. It doesn't deserve B tier material, does it? Has to be C. Has to be C. Has to be C. But I want to put that like right after. I think like if it matters on what the order is in each one, it's like it's right there. I like that fight. That was Beta's pick. Of course it was. Of course it was. I'm such an a-hole, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, that's easily a C tier. You get to find out what Patty's made of. Bobby Green is entertaining. The press conference, the build-up will be fun. If Patty can't get him to the ground, Bobby Green might piece him. Bobby Green has a questionable chin. He could get caught. That'll be a big win for Patty if he's able to do it against a veteran. I sneakily love that fight. Bobby Green has also fought Jared Gordon. You know the controversy between Gordon and Patty, even though that fight ended weird. That's a good fight. Holy crap, Beta. Congratulations, Beta. Congratulations. That was a good one. Oh, well, the UFC said I wasn't aware of who was headlining. Are you aware of who is headlining now? Thanks for correcting the numbers, but you were corrected on the person months ago. Says Snipey. Some beef in the chat. I like it. McGregor versus Chandler. I don't care about this fight anymore. Let's be honest. The hype is gone. Sucks for Chandler because he waited out and gambled just to see if he will get that fight. And if I were him, I would probably do the same thing. But I'd rather see Gaethje versus McGregor. I'd rather see someone else versus McGregor. Not crazy about it. I'm going D tier. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That should not be legal. And if people start leaving the chat, I understand. If you're a fanboy. But if you know the fight game, that fight is out the question. Boring. Not boring, maybe a good fight, but the hype is gone. There's better fights to make for both fighters. Has to be D tier. Danny Burns in the building. Welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing today? Good to have you back, man. You're an OG in the chat. How's everything been? Serendipitous amnesia. Nice, says Snipey. F tier, says Beta Quest. Mokaev versus Kai Kara is a good one. Mokaev. He was in danger against Tim Elliott in his last fight. Kai Kara probably got robbed against Abazi in his last fight. As far as people not knowing maybe Mokaev, as far as the casual as much, Kai Kara, it'll be a step down to fight Mokaev. So that sucks for Kai Kara. I'm going to have to give this a... It's better than McGregor versus Chandler, I'll tell you that. And it's better as... Is it better than Dustin versus Fiziev? Dustin versus Fiziev might move up. If you really think about it, that's a sneaky fight of the night kind of fight. Let's be honest. That sounds a little crazy, but Fiziev is good. Dustin is still good, and it's going to be a striking match. It's going to be a fun fight. That might move up to C tier. We'll revisit. We'll revisit. Mokai versus Kai Kara D. That's, you might be right. I'm not even sure I spelled it right. Let me correct. Hito, if you could let me know, and Beta and those people that help me behind the scenes, should I make this a separate video and like upload it again, or should just leave it live? I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is, but this has been a lot of fun. So maybe I'll leave it the way it is. And maybe cut the intro and then the video just starts, boom, right on the tier listing. But I'm going to have to wait at least 24 hours for that. I don't know if that matters. Anyways, D tier says plugs. Hito says laughing my ass off. Unfortunately, Connor's finished. His tooth infection rotted out. His ball joint, says Danny Burns. D for Dustin versus Fiziev. Yeah, that doesn't sound fair. That's a banger, bro. I'm telling you. I was being disrespectful. I'm telling you, that has fight of the night written all over it. People are gonna be like, Dustin's not gonna give him that shot. Dustin is a little diva sometimes, I feel like, and he's gonna want like to fight up or not fight at all. And granted, he has deserved that, but I don't know. Damn, feel a little weird calling Dustin a diva. Let's move it up to C. I like it. Let's move. Yeah, it's not there yet. That's fair. Let's do an even exchange. Checking in from Gilroy, California. Let's go. It's a beautiful fall day. My A+ fight is you Miller versus Trey. Oh, I got you Miller with a KO in the first round. Let's go. It's almost an F tier, Steve, because everybody knows the outcome. Everybody already knows what the outcome will be, so they might not buy it. But then again, they're gonna want to watch the presser, so it might be A tier, like you said, Steve. But everybody knows the outcome. I think I knock him out faster than Islam knocked out Volkanovski, and that's with Trey having a 2-year camp. So just throwing that out there. Steve, thank you again for the 20. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Steve has been rocking out with us forever, man. Thank you so much. Miles V says, get Hiri on here. We might do like a part 2 for this video if Beta and Hito come up with another set of fights. McGregor versus Dustin, hate it. I don't know if Hito or Beta thought to themselves, oh, this is a good one. Or maybe, I'm assuming it was just a filler of a fight to make. I don't blame you guys, but I will be more than okay if that fight never gets made again. I don't care if both of them go on a 3-fight winning streak somehow in the lightweight division. Don't care for it anymore. The history's gone. I mean, your wife is in my DMs. It's kind of funny, but end of the day, I don't care how. Get Miller versus Trey up there. I mean, the weight class different wise. I'm like about a lightweight right now. He's a super heavyweight. There's not even a division for him, so there's that out there. Get Miller versus Trey up there. McGregor versus Islam. Okay, man. This is gonna be so corny of me. I almost hate that I'm doing this, but let me make the argument. Last and final fight. I gotta get off soon because wifey's waiting for me. Beta, let's link up for the list. Yeah, we'll do this next Thursday if you guys want to do it again. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the people that have become members. If you're not a member, but you want to become one and support the channel, the link is there in the chat. Okay, McGregor versus Islam. Let me make my argument of why this is the tier that I'm going to put it in. Let me just say this. Islam smokes McGregor. I do believe that. I think McGregor doesn't stand a chance. The old McGregor is gone. When I saw commentators praise Conor McGregor as if he was a second coming because he was landing shoulder strikes against Donald Cerrone, that's when at least I knew the old McGregor's gone. The double champ, the taking the belt from Jose Aldo. I said, this guy, he's fighting at 170 now. And then he snaps his leg. I understand that it's not a competitive fight. But I mean, come on. McGregor's going to say things like, Habib didn't want to give me the rematch, so now I got to, I got to beat you, you little rat. In his, maybe I need to work on my McGregor impression. And I might do that. But the lead-up will be big. The sales will be big. It's massive, guys. Let's just be honest. It's bigger than the sport at that point. You have to go S tier. You have to go S tier. Is that disgusting? Is that disgusting? Because Beta might have it as an F. I understand that. I kind of like that Mac versus Islam. You have to, like, you're watching that. No matter how much you hate or love that fight, you're watching it. You're watching that fight, no questions asked. You're not missing that. Am I mistaken in feeling that way? I know you guys hate that. Conor McGregor, Snipey might be right all along. He might never fight again. We signing up to fight each other in Discord. I mean, it's a great press conference, but it doesn't go past a second. Agreed. Islam smokes him. Now, is there anything that could join McGregor versus Islam at S tier? Let's look. Strickland versus Hamzat? No. O'Malley versus, there's just nothing that screams out to me, wow, this is an amazing fight. Again, I gotta reiterate, the winner between Aspinall and Sergey to fight John Jones, that's A tier. Big if. Which one's big? So Mag versus Islam is S, but Poirier versus McNugget isn't? Absolutely. Because we've seen that 3 times already. You know what I mean? Like that just, we don't want to see that again. And you're right, dude. Islam will destroy. Oh, Islam will. That's an easy fight for him. He could train for 3 days. Kobe versus Islam. Does that move up to A tier? Damn, that's a good fight. I don't know why I don't feel that excited for it. Maybe when Kobe, if and when Kobe beats Leon. All right, I'll tell you this. I have Leon beating Kobe, but if Kobe beats Leon, then you have to move Kobe versus Islam up to A tier. Is that fair to say? I'm going to stand on everything I said. I'm going to keep it the way it is. And that's my tier list for 2024 for the first version. That's it right there, guys. Take a picture. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking I could vote better than that. And what I will tell you is that no, you're wrong. That's the best. That's the best way to organize these fights. So don't beat yourself over the heads tonight on trying to make this better. But if you do want to try, send it over to me. I'll post it in Discord in my community post, and we'll have fun with it. But it's still more competitive than Islam McNugget. Yeah, that's true. And maybe for that reason you have to go A tier. But the implications behind that fight are huge. Let's see what happens between Kobe and Leon first. Did you guys even put Kobe and Leon here? I know it's gonna happen anyways, but Kobe and Leon is A tier. That's a conversation for maybe the next tier list. We will try to do a version 2. We will try to do a part 2 next Thursday. Logan Paul's girlfriend versus a football team on pay-per-view. Hey, yo. I promised wifey I will be an hour, and usually when I do that, I go a little over. I only went 10 minutes over. That's commendable. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. Once again, look at that. That's the best way. Let me see real quick. Let me take my camera out so I can screenshot this in a second. Hold on. Bang. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that at all. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. Be on the lookout for more videos. 1 second, guys. 1 second. And listen, guys. Listen. Real quick. Last thing. Last thing. We're about to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for hanging out for that long. That hour flew. That was one of my favorite streams that I've done. And I almost feel like I say that at least once a month, but we're getting better at it, guys. And that feels good. My John Jones video came out not too long ago. We're killing the numbers. That one is not killing as much, but will be nice for it to get the views up. Leave a comment over there. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. Head over to Discord. We'll talk some more. Please don't doubt the Mac. He's a BJJ black belt now. Says Plugs Miller, hit me up. I will. Good night, y'all. Good night, AK. Thank you for coming through as always. Mike Dornan, for me, Kobe versus Islam is boring as yeah. If Kobe looks phenomenal against Leon, that's what excites me. For some reason, I can't be excited about that fight. I don't know why, and it may be just because of what you said. It's just for some reason it just doesn't get me that excited. #1 commentary channel on YouTube. Thank you, Snipey, Hito, Mike Dornan, Steve Williams, Plugs, AK. Did I miss anybody? Snipey, Plugs, Hito, AK, Mike Dornan. If I missed you, I love you, and I'm sorry. Mike Dornan, anybody, Danny Burns, Beta Quest, the legend. Thank you guys for the ongoing support. We'll be back soon. Go watch that John Jones video. Maybe you hate it, maybe you love it. He just shaved his face. Don't